Good evening and welcome back to the Prince Poker Room and Casino with the Metro Detroit Poker Series. I am your host, Terry Prince, and beside me today is two-time Tournament of Champions winner, the Beard, Corey McCumsey.
Thanks.
We've got the Freddy Martinez Memorial Classic today, the fourth event of our 21-22 season. We had 49 players playing in this one, with 8 people making the money. Our final table of 10 today, so we all have 2 on the bubble before we get to the money. Standard structure of 5,000 starting chips. Here we go with our introductions. In seat number 1, relative newcomer Matt Vigiano. Seat number 2, one of our young guns, I think he's at his 3rd TV table now, Dom Catenacci. Seat number 3, also at his 3rd or 4th TV table now, Corey McCumsey, our 2-time TOC winner. Seat number 4, last month's winner, Jeremy Alexander. Seat number 5, newcomer to the TV table, Ken Moore. Seat number 6, Dominic's brother, Nick Catenacci, also becoming a regular at these TV final tables. Seat number 7, Walt Marks, one of our oldest vets. Seat number 8, Jeremy Freeman. Seat number 9, a brand new player this tournament, Mike Hines. And seat number 10, self-anointed Mr. Wonderful, multiple champion Kevin Higgins. Corey, what are you thinking of this lineup today?
Well, the player in seat number 3 is probably my favorite. He used to be called the Beard of Knowledge, but something happened between the last tournament and this tournament. He cut a bunch of that hair off his beard.
Yeah, not quite the replacement bass player for ZZ Top anymore.
Nope. All right, so who's got the action here now?
We are on our first hand of this final table. It's pretty much been folded around. We've got Nick in seat number 6, all in with Queen Jack offsuit for his last 8,500 in chips. Our blinds are at 2,000, 4,000, so he's only got 2 bigs, so that's not a big surprise with 2 face cards. Jeremy folded pocket 8s, a little bit of a tight fold there, but Mike shoves all in for 32K with his pocket 10s, so that was a fortuitous fold from Jeremy.
So Corey with King Jack. What's he thinking about here? Is he thinking about gambling?
Well, looking by the chip size, stack size, he definitely has them covered, but he doesn't know that he's drawing pretty thin here. Kevin folded King Jack of Hearts. Nick's already got a jack, so he got one of his outs.
Oh, and folds them face up.
Shows the big blind, and out he goes. So we're heads up, 10s against Queen Jack. Mike's about a 2-to-1 favorite here. And let's see our flop. Flop comes 5-9 queen, and he caught a queen.
Oh.
Mike drawn to a 10, doesn't get it.
Yeah, but Nick got the double up. Man, he's excited. Look at him.
Alrighty. Now our next hand now. Corey's on the button. Nick will be first to act. Looks down at 9 deuce. It's an
easy fold. Yeah.
Looks like we have a folding final table here. All the way around to Kevin in seat 10. Looks down at King Jack again. King Jack offsuit.
Jeremy in front of him has Ace Jack. What's he thinking about?
Jeremy's in the big blind. For small blind. Kevin calls. Matt folds, Dom folds. Corey looking down at pocket deuces on the button.
Yeah, he's looking at his chips again. Is he looking to gamble?
Kevin just called, so...
looks like Corey's cutting out raising chips.
There's definitely going to be something going on here. He does raise the 10,000 chips. Jeremy looked down at his ace jack now and has a decision to make. And he folds.
Interesting.
Ken calls is already all in, or goes all in. 4,500 chips with King Jack. King Jack seems to be a pretty common hand right here.
Uh-oh. Corey's in good shape, though, because Ken and Kevin are sharing cards here.
Yeah, they have each other's outs. So Kevin's got to decide whether he wants to call Corey's 6,000 chip raise here or not. And he does not. So he just folds 2 of Ken's outs.
Yep. So Corey's in good shape right here.
Yeah, and Jeremy took down a jack with that ace, so Ken's drawn kind of thin. Straight or runner flush card. Looks like a queen 8 jack flop. He does catch a jack.
Uh-oh.
Corey's
drawn to 2 outs, yeah.
7 of diamonds doesn't help anybody. He's looking for a single deuce. It's a 10 of diamonds, so it does not count.
Well, wasn't a whole lot of damage. It was one big blind on top of his call.
Yeah, Ken only had 4,500 in chips, so in the big blind, he only was his all in was for 500 raise. So the 10,000 chip bet from Corey put Kevin out, which would have ended up with a chop pot at that.
So we're at 2 and 4 now in the blinds. It looks like.
Yeah, we're still at 2-4. Ken now is the dealer. And this looks like it's going to be...
Yep, Corey has ace-jack. Another premium hand here. He only raises at 10K. 1.5 effective. And Walt goes all in for a little less.
Well, he's all in for 12, so another 2,000 on top.
It's got to be an insta-call for Corey.
You would think. Especially since Corey's got the better hand here. He just doesn't know it yet.
Right. Corey always thinks he has the better hand.
That can be dangerous.
Nope, so Corey makes the call.
That's a no-brainer. And Corey's up pretty much a 3-1 here. Looking at a 3 of diamonds, 7 of clubs, and a 6 of spades.
Walt's drawn thin.
Anybody?
Oh, was that an ace?
Big
so they
ace.
both paired their ace. No help.
That jack does play. We've got 2 pairs. Both players have 2 pair, but the jack kicker plays, and Walt goes out in 10th place as our first casualty at the final table. Blind's still at 2-4. Mike will be first to act with his ace-5 offsuit. Jeremy's trying to figure out how much to put out for his big blind. Looking at those hands, I'm expecting a lot of folds. Dom goes all in with King 10 clubs.
Late position. I don't think that's too bad of a push there, especially with the amount of chips that he has.
Yep, he doesn't quite have 3 bigs, so it's reasonable shove there. And it's going to go all the way around to our big blind. Jeremy with 9-8 offsuit. It's a 7,500 chip raise to him.
He's thinking about it.
Kind of be a loose call if it was, in my opinion.
I mean, do we have any bounties left at this table? I mean, is Jeremy or Dom potentially a bounty? And was he in the top 5 at the last tournament?
No, I don't believe so. I think the only bounty here is Corey.
So he hits a 9.
He does spike a 9. But Dom spikes a 10 on the river.
Wow.
To double up.
Is that the second luck card that he's hit so far? And we're only 8 hands in to the final table?
No, the other one was Nick, his brother.
Oh, brother.
Easily confused.
These 2 young kids, I mean, if you look at the players at this table, it's a pretty wide age gap. We've got teenagers and senior citizens.
Yep.
And everything in between.
Everything in between. So,
all right, so Corey raises to 15.
With pocket 3s. And he is in early position at this point. And the action folds around to Jeremy on the button, looking down at ace 4. He's folding that. Mike folds his queen 9 in the small blind.
Kevin's got pocket 8s.
Yeah, Corey's not looking too good. Kevin looks down at pocket 8s in the big blind.
What do you think? You think he thinks Corey's squeezing?
Oh, 3-6 blinds. He raised it to 15, so 9,000 chip raise. 1.5 bigs. He's thinking about it. Looks like it would make a sizable dent in his stack. No, he
just went all in.
Over the top, all in.
So it's 20, a little over 20,000 more for Corey to call.
23,000 more to call. Kevin's all in for 38.5.
Yeah, it looks like Corey has Kevin covered. I don't think by a lot.
He's counting out what's in the pot, see if the money's right.
There's more than just his 38.5 to call to win. Because there is a big and a small out there as well that folded.
Well, Kevin is the big, so it's really just the small, which is should be inconsequential. It's only 3K. But
I mean, that's a small blind. I mean, that 3,000 is not consequential.
Stacks him up. Looks like we're getting a call.
Or was that a balk?
I think he's wanting to see what he's got left. Looks like he's going to have about 8K left if he makes his call. And
I think he's going to do it. Yep, he
there
does.
it goes. He puts him in the middle.
And he's going to get the bad news.
Yeah, we got an 80,000 chip pot and pocket 8s versus pocket 3s. And 3s are in really bad shape here.
Maybe he shouldn't have shaved that beard of knowledge off. He might have made a wiser decision.
Perhaps. One of the 3s was folded, so Corey is drawing to a single out.
He could have got away from that hand.
Queen Jack 5 helps nobody. Running hearts could get there. Nope, not going to do it. That eliminates any possibility for Corey to win this hand. Kevin takes down the 80,000 chip pot. And
That put a huge dent in Corey's stack.
Corey is down to just about 8,000 in chips. Less than 2 bigs.
Yeah, he could have got away from that hand.
Yep. Here we go now. Kevin's on the button. Corey will be first to act. Looks down at Queen 7 of clubs.
And he rips it all in.
Puts in his last 6,000. That's a call. No, he's got a couple of chips left in his hand.
He's run into the pocket rockets.
Yep.
Oh, Nick went in all over the top.
Instantly shoves for 25,000 chips with his pocket aces.
I think Corey likes the isolation with his hand, I would think.
I would think.
Maybe Corey can get lucky like Nick did on that last hand that, what was it, 1 out?
Spike that 10 on the river. Yeah. Oh, that was Dom.
Or was that Dom?
That was Dom that spiked the 10. He throws his last 500 chip in and his bounty chip.
Oh, he played that sneaky there. He did not go all in pre-flop.
No, they called. They had a 500 chip left.
I wonder if he did that to stop people to be enticed to call him because he's a bounty.
Oh, that's a.
People might not have been paying attention.
That is true. You got to know what your opponent's chip stack is. You got to know where you're at and where he's at, or she.
Right, let's see if he can get lucky here.
We get a flop of an ace, 7, and a 9, and that puts the nail in Corey's coffin just like that. Corey's drawing dead. And to put insult to injury, Nick makes a full house.
And Corey bubbles.
Yep, Corey is out in 9th place on the bubble. We are now in the money.
He went from chip leader to bubble boy in 2 hands.
Chip leader to chip chump. Now here we go now. In the money, everybody here is cashed and make the qualification for the Tournament of Champions. Jeremy Freeman first to act. King 5 of spades.
And he folds.
Now Mike goes all in.
So it's barely, doesn't even have enough for legit raise.
Almost.
12,000 would have been in.
Yep. An 11-5 all in with ace-7 offsuit. Folds around to Ken, looking down at ace-5.
He looks like he's got all the pinks back there, so
He's
he
in
might
the
not have a
small-
big. He might not have a big stack. Oh,
He's in
he
a small
folds.
blind, puts that in the muck. Nick looks down at Jack-4 of diamonds. Not a big call for him. He just took all that chips off Corey, that whole 65. So he's feeling pretty good about his hand. 2 live cards that are suited. We got a queen,
he catches
4,
a
8,
4.
and catches a 4 to make a pair. Pair of 3s on the river, gets him 2 pair. Mike all out in 8th place.
And to win these tournaments, you got to get lucky. And Nick's hit a few lucky cards.
I'd rather be lucky than good, as they say.
Me too.
All right, looking down now, Kevin looks down at 9-4 of diamonds. First to act here. Folds that. We get fold around to Jeremy. 10-4, folds that. Good buddy.
I bet Ken rips it in here.
Yeah, he's looking down at a pair of snowmen. Pocket 8s.
And he sure does.
28,000 chip. Big
Oh, that's
all in.
He had more than I thought he did.
4.5 bigs.
Pocket 8s work for Kevin. Maybe they'll work for Ken.
Nick got ace-4 of hearts in the small blind.
That's a big raise. That's gonna.
And that's
I gotta think.
25,000 chip raise to Nick. I don't know.
Looks like he's thinking about it.
Ace rag suited. He's waiting for the chip count. Ken needs to learn how to count his chips fast.
Yeah, he does.
Counts by ones.
So he just Nick Nick looked at Jeremy's stat.
Yeah, Nick wanted to know how many chips Jeremy had behind. Nick does make the call, and Jeremy quickly folds his queen 10.
Well, let's see if Nick gets lucky again.
He's got 2 live cards, kind of 1.5 really. The pot pair and a 4 won't help him much.
Well, didn't he win the last hand with a 4?
He did, but a 4 ain't gonna do him any good
He's
now.
gonna need 2 of them.
3, 7, 10, rainbow. Doesn't help anybody. 9 gives Ken a gut shot, or an open-ended draw. And a queen.
Nope.
The 8s do hold up. Nick doesn't catch anything, and Ken doubles up. Wins 62,000 out of that pot.
He's got a healthy stack now.
What do you think about that call? Huh? Ace-4 suited.
You know, it's you can catch straight, and catch a flush.
But if you don't, you're hurting.
Yeah. You got an overcard in most cases if you think he's on a pocket pair. But if he's an ace anything, you're an underdog by a lot.
Yeah. So a loosey-goosey call.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to gamble.
Yes, you do, especially when you're getting the blinds and the chip stacks down to this level. There's not a lot of room for play, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got 2 ace rags here now.
And the first one goes
all
all in.
Yeah, I would rather go all in with ace 5 than calling with an ace 5.
Well, no, that's a primary rule of poker. It's a whole lot easier to raise than it is to call a raise. And that's a strategic move in and of itself. And they also say if you can't make the raise, you can't call a raise.
Correct.
So it's something to think about for sure. But yeah, Jeremy goes all in. He's in mid to late position here with his ace-5.
Kevin folds his 5 deuce.
Yoge's favorite hand. And Matt goes all in with his ace-9. Jeremy hasn't covered, so Matt's at risk.
Yeah.
Actually has the
Jeremy's
better
gonna
hand.
see the bad news.
Yep.
Dominated.
3-1 dog here. Matt catches a 9 to make a pair, and Jeremy's sucking wind here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Matt's
Matt's happy about it. Pumping the roof. Raise the roof. Matt doubles up through Jeremy.
Yeah, the blinds are starting to get pretty high. You're starting to see a lot of all-ins.
Yep, we're at 5,000, 10,000 blinds now, so poker's going up again. And, Jeremy Alexander looks down at ace-deuce first to act here. the gun.
Checking the stack.
And he goes all in, 19,000, so it's not even two bigs. So don't blame him there. Ken and Nick fold their rags. Jeremy's got ace 3.
Dom has an ace 9. Almost all the aces are accounted for.
Jeremy goes all in for 5,500, so he didn't even have barely had half a blind. Kevin's 7-4 is going to fold that, I'm sure. And the bucket goes.
Dom's short too, isn't he?
Matt's got king 5. What he's thinking about.
Wow.
Got 2 all-ins in front of you.
And you got someone behind you.
I mean, it's a small blind, so he's already got chips in the pot, but 14,000 to call Jeremy's all in.
Maybe he's looking at gambling. He could take out, well, it depends on what Dom does. I mean, he could potentially take out 2 players.
Let's make the call.
Yeah, wow.
We're going to have 4-way action. Yeah, Dom goes all in for 12,000, so we got
You know, to
4-way
be honest,
action.
King 5, I feel great about my King 5 right
I do
now.
now when I see all those aces out because he's got 2 live cards. And he's actually the favorite to win the hand, 43%.
That's crazy.
We got 3 players at risk here. This, I think, is our Jack Link's all-in moment. So here we go to the flop with 3 players at risk. Queen 6-10.
No help for anybody.
2 diamonds. A 5 give Matt's a pair.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's ahead.
And a 6 doesn't
Oh,
help
and
anybody.
he takes all 3 of them out.
It's a 3-way elimination. Wow. That's a first, I think, for our TV tables. Jeremy goes out in 7th. He did catch a bounty, so he gets $139. Dom goes out in 6th for $115, and then Jeremy Alexander goes out in 5th for $145. We're now down to 4-handed play. Blind still at 5,000, 10,000. Kevin will be first to act under the gun.
With ace 2 suited.
Well, you got to figure he's probably going to come in for a raise here. 4-handed with an ace.
I would be ripping it in right here. 4-handed. Chip leader.
Yeah,
I would steal the blinds.
he limps. He makes a call.
Wow.
Weak ace.
Yeah, you got to remember though, it's 4-handed.
I know. It's 4-handed. Any ace.
And if you look at the rest of the chips at the table, I mean, he's got, well, Matt's got a lot too.
The blinds both call. And we're looking at 9 deuce and 7-8
Oh my gosh.
spades.
Everyone caught a piece of that.
Wow, yes. 6, 7, 8, 2 hearts. Ken gets 2 pair. Nick
Nick's open-ended.
has an open-ended straight draw and shoves, and Kevin's got the nut flush draw.
So
Nick shoves all in
For
16,000. That makes our pot size 46,000. Kevin looks down at his nut flush draw. He's actually 34% to win this,
16K to win 60.
at least.
Yeah, minimum. I mean, because you might even have Ken coming along, but you don't want Ken coming along. So
Well, yeah.
I'd rip it in again. If I didn't do it on the pre-flop, I'd be ripping it in here to isolate.
Yeah, you got the nut draw and the ace, which is probably still good if you hit the over.
Yep. Especially with that chip stack. It's only 16 more.
Nick's actually got the worst
Wow,
hand
he
here.
folded it. Of course, Ken's calling.
Ken makes a call
Two
with top
pair.
2. Yeah, you got to do that. That's a no-brainer there. And he hits the
Oh my
straight
God.
on the turn.
Wow. luck box.
Kevin would have caught his ace, would not have made the flush, and so
I guess in
ultimately ended up
hindsight-
being a good call, a good
Good
fold.
fold.
But wow! All right, here we go. We got some action now at this table. First 2 players fold. Kevin looks down at small blind 10-6 suited. Matt in the big blind has 10-9. Very similar hands, but Matt's really dominating, really. Makes the check.
So the blinds are at 15K now.
See the flop. No help to anybody. Kevin catches a gut shot straight draw. Matt has a backdoor flush draw. But Matt's still in the lead with his 9. 9 high in the lead. Kevin's really thinking about this. I don't know what there is to think about. He checks finally. Matt checks behind. Go to the turn. Uh-oh, Kevin picked up his 6. Made a pair.
Matt let him catch up.
Yeah, Matt did catch a gut shot draw. Kevin bets out 20,000 into the 30,000 chip pot. I think Matt's got to let it go here.
But he does still have that draw.
It's a gut shot draw. You're drawing to 4 outs. If you're lucky.
Gotta gamble. Sometimes you gotta gamble.
Yeah, he does make the fold. The 9 would have worked too if he'd have paired his 9, but
He didn't know that.
no.
He was probably drawing to the. He was thinking about
The gut shot, yeah, the gut shot was his only real draw that he thought we would consider. All right, we're still 7,500, 15,000 blinds. Nick first to act, 6-7, puts that in the muck. Kevin looks down at Jack Trey, suited. Well, he will look down at it. He's on the button here. Into the muck they go. Matt, 9-8, small blind.
Oh, he goes all in.
All in. Oh, it worked earlier.
Ken's probably have to call here because he's got
Less than
15.
that.
Yeah, he's got 15 in already.
Yeah, but he only needs another 20 is all he had behind. So he's all in with 35,000.
He's got a face card.
And he's
they're
basically
connected.
2 to 1.
Wow, and he's ahead.
1 gap connector.
I bet he was excited to see that.
Yeah, and actually flops a gut shot draw, Broadway draw. Pretty good shape here to double up. And he does. He catches a 10 on the river to double up.
He didn't need it though.
No, he was ahead the whole way.
But it still feels good to hit your card.
Absolutely. I think Matt might be kicking himself now for trying to make a move.
Well, blind versus blind. You know, when you're four-handed.
Yeah, well, blind versus blind, even when you're 10-handed, it doesn't really matter. You can make a move. You got a good shot, take down the blinds. And the blinds at this point are so high, it's worth taking.
Yep.
But yeah, he ran into trouble there when he ran into a better hand. Kevin first to act with pocket 3s. He got so many chips, he's taken up 2 seats with him. Most of them over there in seat number 9. He's looking at his blue chips, trying to determine how much of these to put in the pot. He puts in 3 of them, makes the call. Matt folds 8-5. Ken looks down at King 7, off suit, into the muck.
And Nick just checks.
Nick checks his big blind.
Let's see if Nick's got some luck back left in that box.
Not with that flop. Catches a
Gutter.
yeah, catches a gutter ball.
9. He's got a lot of cards though. I mean, he's got
He's got the 2 overs and the 9,
yeah.
so he's barely a dog here. Kevin bets out 20,000 and Nick does fold. Still at 7,500, 15,000 blinds. Matt will be first to act. Looks down at Queen 6. Nick's got pocket 8s in the small blind. Kevin has ace 6 of spades. This could get interesting, Corey. There's a couple hands here that could be played. Matt goes all in for 16,000, so basically only had one big anyway. So
Yeah.
one face card.
It was either that hand or the next.
Yep.
Nick goes all in over the top.
And there's 2 snowmen, pocket 8s.
Kevin's probably going to let these two battle it out, but suited ace, four-handed, with his chip stack, I don't know. I might take one shot at it.
And Nick had a pretty healthy stack too. That was part of the problem. Yeah. So they flip him up. Matt sees that he's got 1.5 live cards. Oh, hits a queen right out of the gate.
It's running out of luck.
Puts Nick in a bad spot. Oh! Hits the.
I spoke a little too soon there.
On the turn, and that puts
Just-
a fork in Matt's night.
Oh, insult to injury.
He thinks he won the hand. He's got the trips, but he doesn't realize Nick has a full house.
He just got the bad news. Wow.
Oh, wow. Matt goes out in 4th place. Did catch up a bounty, so he gets a pretty decent payday. Wow, what a hand that was.
We're gonna have to get Nick a shirt that says Luck Box on it.
I'd rather be lucky than good. Oh, Nick nuts down at pocket 3s, now goes all in for 88,000 chips. Pretty good sized chip stack. Kevin's got 4 deuce. I can't imagine he's going to call that here. $88,000 and a 15,000 big blind. It's still a healthy raise. Kevin's got.
Looks like Ken's
five of
thinking
hearts.
about it though. Just thinking about it.
He's got to think this might be a shot for me to double up.
Oh,
I would
he didn't-
gladly check. I would have checked.
Did he not realize that Nick went all in?
No, he knows. I think he's just telling it. I'd have checked it if you'd have just bet. If you'd have just called the big blind, I would have checked. Hey,
Oh, he
he finally
folded.
folded. Nick takes down that pot.
He was Hollywooding there.
There we go. Now we're still 3-handed. Kevin looks down at King Deuce of Hearts. First act. Kevin likes to really think out his hands before he acts, I've noticed.
He's very consistent. Based on what I've been seeing at the table here, he thinks about every hand about the same amount of time. Makes it hard to get a read on somebody sometimes.
Yep. He raises up to 30,000. King Deuce. Ken
Did not like his hand.
Nope. He had
Apparently
4
that-
something.
That other card must have been.
Nick makes the call with Jack 4, and we're going to see a flop. See Ace 10 King. Everybody got a little piece of that. Kevin got second pair. Nick gets the gutter ball straight draw. Nick's in not so good a shape, just looking for a queen. Nick checks. Kevin goes all in. And Nick
Easy
quickly
fold.
folds. Yeah, I don't think that fold was questionable at all. Got to make that there drawing only to a queen. All the overcards made it
So what do you
easy.
think Ken's going to do here?
Pocket queens, I don't know. It's hard to play queens.
3-handed?
I don't know. Does he get silly here and just make a call? It's very strong 3-handed. He does go all in.
I think he was asking me, feeling lucky.
He does go all in. Nick,
Wow,
Nick
Kevin's got a
folds.
tough call now.
Ace Jack of offsuit, and he does make the call. Ken at risk with his pocket queens, but is almost a 3-1 favorite here.
Yeah. I'd like my odds here. I'd like my odds even better now.
Caught a great flop. Not such a good turn card. Ouch. Kevin picks up the ace, and Ken is drawing to a queen or a diamond. Kevin, he did pick up a diamond draw, so he's got redraws here.
You know, the turn has been brutal at this final table.
It's a red card, but it's the wrong red card. It's a heart. So Ken is out with his pocket queens in 3rd place for $300, and we're down to heads up now. We got Nick and Kevin.
Lines are 10 and 20.
Lines went up now. And we're looking down at Nick with 2-3 offsuit. Kevin ace deuce. Nick goes
Wow,
all
he rips
in.
it all in.
43,000 all in with 2-3. Very aggressive. As Teddy KGB would say, very aggressive.
And he got called.
I'm not surprised with an ace heads up.
Wow.
I think Nick got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of luck on his side lately.
Yeah, he does, but we could be seeing the last hand here. 6-5-7, no real help.
Oh my God.
Another 4. He's had magic with that 4. He catches a straight.
Wow.
The gut shot comes in with the 4.
Yeah, I said it just in the last hand. The turn has been brutal at this final table.
Wow. I think he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and came out smelling like a rose. Doubles up. Blinds up now to 10 and 20,000.
Kevin's a small blind.
He looks down at Dolly Parton suited, 9-5. In the small blind. What they're discussing a chop deal or just how bad Kevin thought that last hand went.
Kevin's just got piles of money everywhere.
He makes the call with 9-5. Nick checks his big blind with 6-7. Each player has 2 live cards. Kevin's slightly ahead. And picks up a 5 right in the window. And Nick picks up a 6.
Uh-oh.
They both got part of this flop.
Someone's going to lose a lot of chips here.
Nick bets out 20,000.
He just min bets here. Interesting. Well, they both have pretty healthy stacks.
Yep, the chips are relatively even. Kevin's thinking about it. He's got bottom pair, but I mean, heads up, any pair is a good pair. He folds. Wow. Conservative? Yes, but
I don't know. I would have called 20. I would have called 20 to see one more. I mean, he made it so cheap.
But it was, I mean, he was behind.
Well, here's one that's going to play itself, I think.
Yeah, I think this hand is going to be a shove fest. King Jack versus King Queen. And they do
all in the
Nick
call.
goes all in, and it's pretty much an insta call. Nick is at risk here.
But he seems excited because he's been getting lucky.
And he's got a live card.
Which
Which is all he really needs.
Right? All he needs is one.
10-4-8 doesn't help anybody. 3 of diamonds. He's drawn to a jack.
A jack only.
And it
he
is a
doesn't
9.
get there, and he finally runs out of luck.
Yep, and Kevin is our Freddy Martinez Memorial Classic winner. Nick goes out in second place, caught a bounty, $649. Kevin is our champion, $600 first place. They did make a chop agreement, that's why it's so close. Kevin gets the championship. For Corey McCumpsey, I'm Terry Prince, saying so long and see you next time at the Metro Detroit Poker Series. Have a good night.
Good night, guys. And girls.